Magician!
Hey YouTube, DarkMagician84 here with another video outside. A few of you seem to enjoy my outside videos, so here I am doing another one. This one being out here with the kittens. So this one is about my decks and tournaments. And with some interesting facts, which brings about the whole point of the video. How many of my decks have I played in a real tournament? Well, as in proper local tournaments, none of the online ones, none of the Grand Championship series or what have you. And I'm not going to be counting all the different incarnations of Dark Magician apart from Legendary Hero, so things like Pendulum Dark Magician, Dark Magician Knight, Prismagician, like they won't count because it's still Dark Magician at the end of the day. So speaking of, obviously Dark Magician would have been played along with Elemental Heroes, Rainbow Neos, Legendary Hero, Random All-Stars, Magician Girls, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Cats, Magnet Warriors, Cyburst, Hopeless Anime Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Ice Barriers, Hero City, my Yuma character deck, Masked Heroes, Blade Edge Beatdown, Majestic Star Dragon, my two Skeleton character decks, Rockets, Black Wings, Neos Beatdown, Little City, Summon Skull, Warriors, Card, Blackluster Soldier, Fish, Pokenites, Machines, Raid Raptors, Spirals, my Yugi character deck, Plants, Evil Heroes, Speedroids, Crystal Beasts, Utopia, Big City, Neos Wise Man, my Yusei and Jaden character decks, Exodia, Vampires, my Jack Atlas character deck, Gagagars, Yugi Gadget, Jinzo Toons, Spellcasters, Evil Yubel Hero, Neospacians, and Black Destiny and Dragoon. Wait, did I not list Black Wings? Oh yeah, I've already said Black Wings. So in total, short answer, 56. Yes, that's right. Oh wait, there was also my Stardust Dragon Assault deck, Assault Mode deck, but I don't talk about that. That's a deck I wish I'd never built, because all that deck ever does is just negate everything the opponent does, and that's no fun. And this was before I officially hated lockdown decks of any kind, and not just Gladiator Beasts. So, okay, so we'll say 57. That's 57 different decks. But I'll just get Stardust Assault Mode out of the way. I played that in 3 different tournaments, but just never did as well as I would have liked. I would have thought I would have done really well in those, but in the first 2 I only won 2 matches, and one of those tournament games was a really bad matchup. Macro. Yeah, I just couldn't get anything. I just couldn't get the plays rolling smoothly, whereas the last time I played it, it was just a scrubbing. I mean, I only won 1 match, which was against one of the pro players from back then, Luke Rushton, playing zombies. So I beat him 2-1, and then everything went downhill from there. I lost against Ethan, as in Seb on Webb's brother. Oh, Bertie, really? You couldn't sit anywhere else? For God's sake. No, I lost 2-0 against Ethan. I think it was playing mostly Monarchs. Then I lost against Karibo, played by Davies, and I don't remember what my other losses were, but I did retire the deck after that and change it into my Majestic Star Dragon deck, which I was planning on building as well anyway. But enough of that. Now for the other 56. Dark Magician, I've played more than any of the other decks, obviously, because that's my favourite and signature deck, and the one I've had the most success with. And now Bertie's moved. Hello, socks. Oh, I know she's gonna come up here. Man, I just put this back as well. But yeah, not only have I played Dark Magician in the most tournaments, I've also had the most success with it, getting multiple locals wins with it. Whether it was with the pure build, Pendulum Dark Magician, Legendary Hero, or Prismagician. Yeah, I've had my ups and downs with that deck, but I'd like to say there've been more ups. I mean, even if I didn't win the tournaments, I would at least make top 8. Of course, that was becoming harder to do. Like early on in Dark Return format. But yeah, things eventually picked up afterwards, every now and then. Yeah, I was winning locals a bit more consistency in the range of ranging from November 2018 to March or April 2019. Of course, this was long before I decided to, well, not that long, but this was still before I decided to quit tournaments permanently, and then whenever I would return, it would be for a temporary basis. Then there was Elemental Heroes, which at first wasn't ideal for tournament play, but definitely is nowadays. Originally, one of my more casual decks, and yeah, I would play it in tournaments just for lols, but then after that time I made top 2 for the first time. I felt inspired to actually try and win a locals with Elemental Heroes, which took forever, basically. And even when I did manage it eventually, I still would play it on occasions. In fact, the last time I played it in a tournament was during the minor league days, when I tied with John and his Invoked deck. Yeah, that was my last most successful tournament victory, actually. I beat Fluffles, I beat Earth Machine, and like I said, I did tie with John, because time was called. But yeah, Elemental Heroes have definitely come a long way since the mid-2000s. And then there's Rainbow Neos, which I played a lot of in tournaments. I wanted to try and win at least one tournament with that. After I initially built the deck, and I did make top 8 in the first 2 tournaments I ever played it in, but had some terrible luck afterwards. Just wasn't getting anywhere until Edison format, when I did finally get into the top 8 again, and then beyond that, where I beat Blackwings in the top 8, I beat Gravekeepers in the top 4, but lost against fucking X-Sabers, all because I bricked and didn't draw my sided cards. I mean, that is just such a shitty way for a really good run to end, just outright bricking. It was okay though, because after some other unlucky runs, I did eventually win a tournament with Rainbow Neos in 2016. More specifically, the tag team tournament where I teamed up with Alex, aka Brute Boy, who was using Yang Zings, and yeah, that run was phenomenal. We beat Cosmo and Storwings, then we beat Galaxy Photons and Exodia, then we beat, I think it was PK Fire or Burning Abyss and Magispectors, but only just on end of match procedure. And then in the last round we beat Yang Zings and Odd Eyes Magician, again through end of match procedure, which was all thanks to Upstart Goblin being played. I mean, we couldn't have known in hindsight that it would have come to this because of the Upstart, but even so, playing Upstart Goblin, I think, ultimately backfired. I mean, which I guess is one of the reasons why I don't play it in anything, except Exodia, that is, and Destiny Ball, actually. Because whenever I play those decks, I don't care about my opponent's life points, but otherwise I just prefer not to play it, for the simple reasons of I don't want to give my opponent more life points. I mean, because I usually play aggressive decks, when I'm not playing Exodia and Destiny Board, I feel like giving the opponent life points sort of defeats the whole point, along with the fact that it can backfire. I mean, they could turn the tide if they still have life points left, along with the fact that when it comes to end of match procedure, Upstart Goblin can backfire. Haven't played it in too many tournaments since then, I don't think. I mean, I know I've played it quite a bit in the minor league in an attempt to win one of those with it, but I couldn't quite manage it. In fact, in the last 2 tournaments I played Rainbow Neos in, I just had terrible luck. In fact, in one of them I shouldn't even have done that badly, because I made a huge misplay against Max playing Melodious, and it cost me not only the game, but the whole... Well, even though Melodious had support last year, it's still a deck that Rainbow Neos should easily be able to beat. Because there's one or two of them that provide destruction immunity and targeting immunity, and Rainbow Neos' first effect can just play around that. I think it was, I think I forgot I had Neos Fusion in the grave, and that just backfired, and then I lost my other 2 rounds. Either that, or I did lose a round and got a bye win. Whereas in the one after that, I think I got a draw. Yeah, I got a draw, a loss, and another bye win. And I just hate getting the bye. Because it's just so boring, just waiting like 40 or 45 minutes for the next round to begin. And you know, I want to play somebody. I mean, yeah, it's a free win, but like I keep saying, bye wins just don't mean anything. It's not even a real win. But yeah. But yeah, it's a shame that there's probably never going to be another chance to get redemption. Well, I guess there was in the makeshift minor league series I did. If I was able to still play in it and was still attending, yeah, I would just keep trying and just try and win like more than 2 games and win the whole thing. I guess the chance won't come now. But then again, that's because A, I've moved away and it's not exactly easy to attend my old locals, and B, like there's those 4 people I've fallen out with and just don't want to be in the same room as them, but that's another story. And then there was random all-stars. Obviously none of this is in chronological order, which I only ever played in 1 tournament, but I don't think I did very well in that. Of course, the performance was made harder by the fact that it's a Highlander deck. For those who don't know what that means, it means you can only play 1 copy of every card. So we're talking 40 different cards here, and yeah, this would apply to the side deck as well, and yeah, there were limited options. Now, I did this back in 2019, but yeah, I don't think I can't remember if I won 1 match or it didn't win any at all. It's been so long. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to do well. I just wanted to play it for lols and see how I do. I think because I was going through a phase where I wanted to play all my different decks that I had at the time, or at least ones that I'd never played in a tournament before. Wait, I think I may have actually played my Earthbound Immortals in a tournament at one point, thinking about it, so that would mean I played 58 different decks in a real tournament, but at least I think I did. I can't remember exactly, but even if I did, I don't think I did very well in that. I think I would have either lost all my games or won at least 1. I can't remember. So then there was also Magician Girls, which I played in 4 different tournaments. Two of them were normal tournaments, and 2 of them were minor league. Sorry, that's next door's cat, just moaning. I don't know if you can hear that from here. So yeah, Magician Girls. I didn't do too great in the normal tournaments. I can't remember if I was trying to win a locals with it the first 2 times. As this was back in late 2018 and early 2019, respectively. Yeah, I think I only won like 1 or 2 matches. 3 of the matches I remember from both tournaments combined were against decks that I don't like. Trickstars, Paleozoic Frog, and Zombie Horde. But it wasn't a complete wash against Paleozoic Frogs, as I did take it to a 3rd game, because with the game I did win, I managed to get Kiwi Magician Girl onto the field, along with some other spellcasters, which gave them protection from targeting and effects that destroy. And Steve, who was playing that deck at the time, just couldn't play around them, but he was able to go off more in Game 3. Whereas the Zombie Horde matchup, that was the first time I ever played against my good friend Sparkman. But yeah, the Zombie Horde deck, or just anything with Zombie World, not a good matchup for Magician Girls, because I need everything to be a spellcaster, especially when it comes to Chocolate Magician Girl and the Spellbook engine, because, well, knowledge doesn't work if my spellcasters on the field are zombies, whereas Chocolate Magician Girl can't bring anything back from the grave, because guess what? Everything in the grave is treated as a zombie. So, yeah, not so great, but I had better luck in the minor league, though, and was so close to winning the whole thing, but not quite, because I beat Blue Eyes, I beat Predaplants, but lost against Cyber Dragons, and it wasn't really because of the Cyber Dragon monsters themselves, it was down to Jizukiru. And yeah, I just got overwhelmed too easily, but I came 3rd, although it felt more like joint 2nd, because out of 3 rounds I did win 2 and lose 1. Whereas in the following one I did do well, but not well enough, because I did have some close games against Libromancers and Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, and that was tough, but I was able to scrape through, whereas the last round was against Madolches, and I did win game 1, but lost games 2 and 3, because, well, I couldn't... Bertie... he actually jumped, like, halfway up the fence and almost reached next door's cat. You need to respect boundaries, Bertie. It's alright, they're chilled out for the moment. How long have I been recording? 25 minutes. Yeah, I just got unlucky right at the end. I was so close to winning that tournament. But yeah, it wasn't to be. Then there was Blue Eyes White Dragon. I played in 4 different ones. In the first 3, I only won 2. No. Wait, was it? Because there was 1 in 2008, 2 in 2012, 1 in 2016, and 1 in 2019. No, that's 5. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the first 3 I only won 2 matches, and the first time was during a Pharaoh's Elite tournament, and that was the first time I ever failed to reach top 8 in a Pharaoh's Elite tournament. Because before, ever since I first started going there, I was able to consistently top no matter what I played. Dark Magician, Machines, Warriors, Exodia, Elemental Heroes, but not that time. Then there were those 2 rivets, where I lost Dragon Master 25 for the first 2 times ever, which was a shock. Then after that, in the one in 2016, the goal was to win at least 3, which I didn't do, but still wasn't able to top. And then the following one after that won the whole thing. Yeah, I don't remember what I beat in round 1, but in round 2 I beat Thunder Dragons, and in round 3 I beat like a Pendulum Magician Phantom Knight hybrid thing. So yeah, that was glorious. And then there was my cat deck, which I only played in 1 tournament like ever, which was my 3rd ever minor league tournament. But naturally, it was just a complete scrubbing. Yeah, I lost all my games, although they were against some pretty tough decks, one of which was Exo Sisters with Dinomorphia mixed in, and the other was against Spirals. Yeah, a bit of a shame. Then again, it is the weakest deck I have. Then there was one time where I played Magnet Warriors, which I did alright in, actually. I think I won at least 2 matches, lost all the rest. I beat a Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck somehow, and I don't remember what my other win was against. But yeah, I did lose to another Chaos Max Dragon deck, plus Synchrons. And I don't remember what the other matchup was. Then Cyberse. I played my Cyberse deck in 2 locals, but didn't do as well as I would have liked. I mean, with the first time, which was in 2018, I can't remember if I did get 1 win or no wins at all. I remember what I faced though. ABC's Element Sabers plus Altergeist. And I lost against all 3 of those. and then I played it in a tournament again 5 years later that did a bit better. I beat Sue Ships, and actually I can't remember if this was a win or a draw, but I did face Trap Tricks, which I lost game 1 against, but I did win the second game. That's all I remember. Oh yeah, that was it. It was one of 2 different Trap Tricks decks I faced. Yeah, not a great matchup for Cybers, I must admit, as demonstrated in one of the recent Richardson format games. But yeah, they're just infuriating to play against anyway, and it makes things difficult for Cybers, because that deck thrives off going second, but I don't want to go second against Trap Tricks, because Trap Tricks is a deck that thrives off going first, and it just does too much to disrupt any plays that come their way. It can even just ruin the normal summon, and if the normal summon is just ruined, then unless I have optimization, then I can't do anything. But yeah, that was annoying. And I lost against Mathmex and Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers, of course, wasn't a good matchup either, although that was more because of Hidden Temple. I mean, seriously, why that card in Imperial Tomb was even made is beyond me, or Royal Tribute for that matter. God, I hate that deck. It's a shame, really, because Cybers is one of my best decks. One of the Epic Elite, but I seem to be on a really bad losing streak with that lately. I think there was one match I did win lately, but I don't remember what it was against. It needs a pick-me-up. Then Animate Dragon, or rather Hopeless Animate Dragon, which was one of my ideas from back in 2010, but I didn't play it in a tournament until 2011, but even then Max had possession of the deck, because I sorted it out to him like a few months before, but I did borrow it for the event because I wanted to play it in the event, and I did pretty well in this one. I mean, I know I lost against Fish OTK and Scrap, but I did win my other games and actually made top 8, only to lose to Fish OTK again. But it was still a good time, and Hopeless Animate Dragon was such a fun deck. But yeah, that was my own spin on both Hopeless Dragon and Umbreon from the Shadows' Hopeless Blue Eyes deck. Red Eyes Black Dragon, which I only ever played in 3 tournaments. One in 2012, another in 2013, and then another one actually 4 years ago, actually. Didn't fare so well in the first 2. I did, the first time round, I did win 2 matches, but lost 3 matches. My wins were against Dark World, used by Shieldwing David, and I don't remember what my other win was against. But I lost against another Dark World deck, used by Pokemaster Cube, and Blackwing Swarm, but I don't remember what the loss was against. And then in the one in 2013, I just completely scrubbed out. Too many tough decks. Yeah, I lost against Darkworld, although I did get a dual win against that. I got 2-0'd by Prophecies, and then I faced Jack's Fairy Agent deck twice in a row. Yeah, for some reason I got paired against him twice in a row, but lost both times. Although in one of those matches I did get one dual win, and then my last round was a loss against Wind-Ups, which wasn't great. But thankfully I did avoid the other deck that was played, Empty Jar. So toxic. I'm glad I didn't face that. But then, of course, there was the one from 4 years ago. The one and only Pegasus Challenge tournament played at a locals, and I won all of my matches 2-1, which was against Performer Pals, Gimmick Puppets, and Madolches. And I did it without the aid of Dragoon, which is a flex. Ice barriers were next. I'm going to try and speed this up. This is taking longer than I thought it would be. Yeah, unfortunately, this was one where I didn't do very well. But I only played one round, and I lost against an invoked deck. Got a bye win, and then I decided to drop, because the only other decks being played were all decks that I fucking hate with a passion. Endymion, Flunderies, and Scareclaw, and I didn't particularly want to play against any of those, so I dropped. I mean, maybe I could have won against any of them, maybe, but I just didn't want to go through with it anyway, because yeah, it doesn't matter if I can beat any of my hated decks or not. They're just frustrating to play against. I mean, they just do so much to stop you from being able to play. Anyway, Hero City, another of my own creations. This was the mixture of Bubble Beat, Hero Beat, Big City and Little City, which I did all okay in. I played this in the first tournament of 2015. I got 2 wins and 3 losses. I think my wins were against Heretics and... Oh wait, I remember, Heretics and Herald, but against Herald I think I got lucky, because my opponent, which was Davies, just didn't draw very well. I think I was able to win before Herald of Perfection came out, and I think I was very lucky, because at that point Super Poly had been banned, which would have been my saving grace, but no, because Shaddolls exist, it got banned at the time, which just pissed me off. But still, I'll take it. And then another loss was against Shaddolls, which was not a good matchup based on how Hero City was designed. And I don't remember what my other losses were against. It's been a while. Right, my Yuma character deck. I played this in one minor league tournament and scrubbed out big time, which was actually last year. I wanted to play it just for the lols. And Kel was claiming to be playing a janky deck as well, so I was like, let's play jank together. I wanted to join in, just for the spirit of things, but yeah, I scrubbed out, of course, against Ninjas and Prophecies and got a bye win. Last year, because this was my own fun version, not the meta version from back in 2015. But I still did okay though. I managed to beat Necros without the aid of Darklaw, and I also beat UAs, I think, although I think I was lucky, as, yeah, again, UA just does too much to stop anyone playing. I did lose against Infernoids, used by Giorgio, and I don't remember what my other losses were against. But, yeah. Blade Edge Beat Down, another of my own creations, inspired by an Elemental Hero deck, which another hero, Yugi Chuba, from a long time ago played. I don't remember what he was playing, but he did. I know he did play Rainbow Neos and Elemental Heroes. But there was one hero variant he had which played multiple Necroshades and Blade Edges, and that inspired me to make a deck specifically based on Blade Edge, but it didn't become a reality until 2012, and I played it in the very first Dead Universe Comics tournament ever, and I did get 2 wins though, out of 5 matches. I beat a random deck, and I beat Chainburn, which was pretty lucky. But I lost against more competitive stuff. I lost against Chaos Dragons and Zombies, and I don't remember what my other loss was against, but Clive was using the Zombies, and he was trying to find out if I was playing any Warriors, and I said, yes, I was. But it was pretty obvious what he had in there. Ryukoki. Now, you would think that Ryukoki would be a monster I don't like, because I usually play Warrior and Spellcaster decks, so they're my favourite monster types, they're my specialties, but you know, it's not really a hard card to play around, regardless. Yeah, that was that. And then I played it in another Dead Universe Comics tournament, like 3 years later. And I did beat someone playing the 2015 starter deck. I lost against Light Swans, and I don't remember what else I faced. But that was that. Majestic Star Dragon. I only played this in one tournament just for the fun of it. I lost all my games, but I was able to consistently bring it out. In fact, against Derek, I brought it out 4 times in like one duel. And it was a real slugfest. I mean, that was just great. But unfortunately, even though I had Stardust out, he was able to get out some Blackwings and overrun it with Kalut. Meanwhile, I also lost against Karibo, Zombies, X-Sabers, and don't remember what else. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.